Oh yeah.
Hello, friends. This is Manisha here with you today, and as well as you know, I'm a journalist and a traveler. So today I have connected with another one. Rajiv ji, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much, Munisha ji, for having me on your show. It's wonderful to be with you and talking to you about my passion, travel.
It is my passion as well. So during this difficult time, actually I can't go out even if I'm going to office, it is, it's quite difficult to, I mean, I don't know how to reach. I cannot reach like a common people, right? So this is a difficult time. So what is going on at your end?
As you know, this China virus, which I would like to call, other people call it as COVID or Wuhan or whatever, it has been very trying time for everybody. But most of the industries or organizations have little by little over the period of 2-3 months have picked up a bit. But tourism is the hardest hit industry. And when I say tourism, it is the hospitality industry, including the hotels, airlines, and transport and whatnot. So we are the badly hit community here.
So first of all, I just want to know a little about you and how you are actually working in the travel industry. What exactly right now, affecting your business?
Okay. To begin with, let me tell you, I've been in this industry, tourism industry, for nearly 30 years now. I started very early in my life, just after passing 12th standard.
Okay.
And since then, I've not looked back. I worked for 3 different companies for 8 years. And then I started my own company, and then gave it to my brother. Then I started another company, lost crores of rupees in that business. Then I did start something for 2 of my tour operators in UK and Sweden, then one more agency in India. So over 25 years I spent in tourism industry, which was primarily foreigners coming into India, what we call inbound tours, foreigners coming into India and the subcontinent. So after spending more than 2 decades, I thought of doing something for Indian people as well. So for the last 5 years, I'm only doing trips for seniors and differently abled people. And things were going great until
why you suddenly started thinking about only seniors and not all kind of people?
Well, that's a very good question, actually, because when I came back, I wanted to do something for domestic tours. It was a vast horizon, but then I felt seniors is one segment which misses out in a family holiday. Because if you go out with a family with kids and young adults, the children would want something of adventure or zoos and parks and adventure parks and stuff. And young adults have their own interests, hiking, trekking and something. So seniors do not match anywhere. So they literally stayed back in the hotel and enjoyed the services and amenities in the hotel. So that part...
That's quite difficult, I mean, for them also, right? So you felt their pain as well.
It is. I mean, initially it was something to do with business, because being a businessman for over 25 years, I thought that is one niche which should be explored, because if you give something which seniors enjoy, it would be great fun. So initially I started with that bent of mind, but then the first 2 trips that I did, the kind of blessings that I got from the seniors, so it changed my perspective altogether. So after that, it was not all about money. It was about what my seniors expect in a trip and what I should be doing for them. So then my actual journey with seniors started after that, in terms of identifying tours, hotels, locations, sightseeing.
In India?
Within India and overseas as well. Because first I started with India, then gradually, because in the last 25 years before starting senior segment, I've been to 102 countries.
Oh gosh, you have traveled a lot. I'm just a novice.
Yeah, so travel and knowing the destinations was not too difficult, but yes, getting it done for seniors was something of a challenge to initially.
Right.
But then once you do something regularly, it becomes your second habit, nature. So after the couple of first two trips, things happened, and I got all the blessings and all. And then we did a lot of Sri Lanka trips, Bhutan trips, European trips, China, Singapore, you name it. We have covered practically all the most important destinations that a senior would want to travel in their lifetime, and it is in their bucket list as well. So things did work out very well until this pandemic. So pandemic affected us.
I mean, wasn't it a challenge? I just want to know. It's a very interesting topic, because everyone loves to travel, and as well as senior traveling is something very different. I would love to. Even I don't get time for my parents, so I'd love to let them go somewhere, and they are safe, and that is very important for me, right?
Very true, very true. This is what my motto is, because I would not do a destination where my seniors would not be comfortable, first of all. Secondly, would have any health issues traveling. So pandemic was one prime reason why I did not do any travel. For the first couple of months,
I just want to know, like, this pandemic, I mean, it started suddenly. So did it actually, situations like suddenly there were several trips planned, and you had to stop it, and paisa fir wapas dena, and all these things, right? So what was it exactly? I want to know that thing. Like, this thing happened with so many people who are into the industry.
Right. See, tourism industry is a very small fraternity, so everybody helps out each other. So जैसे airline का है, when you book flights, you pay advance money to hold your seats on confirmed basis. But when this pandemic happened, airlines did not have business, neither did we have business. So what had happened was, and we needed to give money to our customers, because I can't hold back on the money of my customers. But people said, Rajiv, hold it on with you, because it would not be forever. So whenever tourism season starts and whenever you start your trip again, you can utilize this money. But me being me, I wanted to refund each and every penny of my customer. So whatever money I had, or I gave it to my customers. But my money got stuck with the airlines, and then they gave me a credit note, what we call that, for the next 365 days, I can utilize that money which is with them for my bookings for the near future, as soon as the airlines, international airlines come into effect, and there are a lot of people traveling. So money has not gone waste or been deducted from me or any other travel agency for that matter. So things have been bad, but then we know our money with our travel partners overseas or within India, or for that matter airline, is secure, and which can be used for our next trip.
So abhi to there is no planning as such, right, for travel?
नहीं अभी है, because हुआ क्या है कि कुछ स्टेट्स थोड़े लीनियंट है कोविड के लिए. कुछ स्टेट्स में आपको कोविड नेगेटिव का सर्टिफिकेट लेके जाना पड़ेगा, और कुछ में अभी वो नहीं है. तो जैसे केरला है अभी, फॉर एग्जांपल एज ऑन डेट केरला इज फ्री टू ट्रैवल. सो मेरा एक ट्रिप है 12 to 18 December मलाबार केरला, which is north of Kerala.
Congrats, actually you started again then.
Yes, so that is the first trip in December. And the second trip which I've planned is for Run of Kutch in January end, to coincide with the full moon day in Run of Kutch, which is the most happening place.
Right.
So ये दो ट्रिप अभी है. And then मैं क्या, जो भी टूर ऑपरेटर है वो सभी गवर्नमेंट जो है हमारा हेल्थ मिनिस्ट्री का, टूरिज्म मिनिस्ट्री का, और स्टेट के जो मिनिस्ट्रीज हैं, हेल्थ मिनिस्ट्री जो कि कोविड से रिलेटेड जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन शेयर करते हैं, तो वी कीप अपडेटेड अवरसेल्व्स. सो जैसे जैसे सिचुएशन इंप्रूव होगा, वैसे वैसे हम लोग एटलीस्ट डोमेस्टिक तो हम लोग शुरू करेंगे. इंटरनेशनल अगर मैं गलत नहीं हूँ तो मार्च से पहले इंटरनेशनल रेगुलर फ्लाइट जो है वो ऑपरेट नहीं होने वाली है.
For the common people and all.
हाँ, for outbound or inbound or foreigners coming into India or Indians wanting to travel to overseas. That would not happen.
There are a few people I know. I mean, with my friends and students and all, जो कि बाहर घूम के आ भी गए हैं, ठीक है? So that's a good news actually. Yeah. So yeah. So I just want to know कि the industry has crashed like from March till it's almost December. So it's like 9 months, 9 long months. So आप मतलब बड़े अरेना में काम कर रहे हैं, so you are working for international, national people who are working in small nodes, like how you want to give them a little tips or suggestions to revive?
Well, basically उसके लिए 2-3 प्लान ऑफ एक्शन होते हैं, बिकॉज मैं भी जब शुरू किया था छोटे प्लेटफॉर्म से और छोटा मेरा सेटअप था, और अब जो थोड़ा बड़ा हुआ था, बट अगेन मुझे भी कैश क्रंच और उसके कारण मेरे को थोड़ा सा वो करना पड़ा था, स्टाफ का सैलरी थोड़ा कम करना पड़ा है, जो भी है पार्ट ऑफ द गेम है. मैंने सैलरी अभी तक नहीं लिया है, दैट्स अनदर थिंग. तो होता क्या है कि जिसका जितना रीच है, इन द सेंस आपका मार्केट वैल्यू क्या है कंपनी का. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर आप 1 करोड़ की कंपनी है, योर worth or the business volume turnover is 1 crore, so easily you are making about 8 to 10% of profit, जो कि पिछले 9 months से आपके पास नहीं आया है. तो या तो आपको अपना जो ओवरहेड्स है उसको बहुत कम करना पड़ेगा, so that अर्निंग नहीं हो रहा, कम से कम एक्सपेंसेस भी जो है वो कम हो जाए. वो एक तो वो है, और दूसरा है कि जब तक ये नहीं चल रहा तब तक ऑल्टरनेट कुछ सोर्स ऑफ इनकम है वो आपको करना पड़ेगा. जैसे गाड़ियां, जैसा अगर आपके पास गाड़ियां हैं तो यू कैन लीज इट आउट टू पीपल विद इन द सिटी और वेयरएवर यू आर. या अगर आप टूर ऑपरेटर है तो उससे रिलेटेड जो भी आप किसी को ऐसे फ्रीलांसर कुछ काम करके आप वो हेल्प कर सकते हैं, और छोटा सा एक आपका अर्निंग भी हो सकता है. तो जैसे मैं करता हूँ, अभी मैंने डिजिटल मार्केटिंग भी कोर्स शुरू किया है, तो उसके कारण मेरे को काफी बेनिफिट भी मिला है. मैं कुछ लोगों को उसके ऊपर मैं फ्रीलांसिंग का काम भी कर रहा हूँ मैं, तो खर्चा चल रहा है, कोई ऐसा दिक्कत वाली बात नहीं है.
So you'll have to find an
alternate source of income has to be there at least during this pandemic time, because without having a second source of income, just depending on one source, you will be nowhere then. तो कुछ ना कुछ करना पड़ेगा सर.
Right. So abhi to you are starting again, so what are the precautions you are taking because of this, because of you are doing seniors, so in that case it's very sensitive, right? So if I'm sending my parents or somebody else's parents or matlab koi aged log ja rahe, to sabse pehle concern is like they are safe and they're staying safe, they're having whatever food is safe for them. And if something happens, and so you'll be taking care of.
जो मैंने डिसीजन लिया है सीनियर ट्रैवल का, वो मैंने बहुत सोच के ही मैंने लिया है. उसका रीजन ये है कि जो मैं काम करता हूँ वो मैं दिल से काम करता हूँ. तो आई डू नॉट ट्रीट सीनियर्स एज ए कस्टमर. दे आर माई ओन पेरेंट्स और माई एल्डर्स who are coming with me on a trip. And moreover, मैं कोई बहुत बड़ा ग्रुप नहीं करता हूँ, 30, 40, 50 लोगों को नहीं लेके जाता हूँ. मेरा ग्रुप साइज हमेशा 14 to 16 लोगों के बीच में रहता है. And with me taking care of 14-15 people is not big deal, because having spent 5 years already and having been part of more than 1,000 groups that I've done, not me going there, but designed and executed those trips. But I've been about 350 odd trips मैंने किए हुए हैं, जिसमें मेरे साथ जो जुड़े हैं thousands of people are there who are connected with me, and you only want to travel with me. The reason is very simple, because I'm not doing anything special. A hotel would remain a hotel. Sightseeing point remains the sightseeing point. Restaurant would remain the restaurant, right? So what is it extra thing that I'm doing?
Right. Is there anything like you are going for or you have chosen places which are actually you feel safe or something like that?
एक तो वो भी है, because जैसे मैंने बोला था, I don't do a trip where I'm not comfortable taking my customers to. First and foremost, if I'm not comfortable, I will not do it. सबसे पहला थंब रूल मेरा ये है, if I feel a destination still like within India, let's say northeast, I can go to Meghalaya, but it doesn't serve my purpose because it is only open for 2 days, and Meghalaya you can't do in 2 days, so I would not go there. And there are other states also where I would not be comfortable taking my customers or my seniors because of the ground realities, whatever the situation is there on the ground. But having said that, जो मैं ट्रिप अभी जैसे पैंडेमिक का टाइम है, तो मैं जो भी मेरा ट्रिप 2 है उसमें ऑलरेडी प्री प्लान दैट for 14 people it not be a tempo traveler of 16 seater, because outside you can still maintain the social distancing, but within the coach, if it is a 16 seater coach and 14 people plus me, 15 people in one coach, so you are not maintaining the social distancing. So for that I am hiring a 35 seater coach or a 40 seater coach, whatever the largest coach available in Gujarat or Kerala for that one. उसमें क्या कि you are spread out, 14 people in 30 seats, so that means technically you are sitting 2-3 feet away from each other. So even in the coach you are maintaining the social distancing, and I'm providing them with N95 mask, and I'm giving them wet and dry tissues every time, and then I'm giving them hand sanitizer as well. And it's a standing instruction for all the drivers that they would clean the coach every day with a spray, and then only we'll board the bus. So all the standard operating procedures are in place. Without that I would not have even committed myself to run this trip. So मैं सीनियर्स के साथ जा रहा हूँ, तो that itself means that it's a safe place to travel to, and being with me they don't have to worry about anything. And even the children, I tell all the children that you don't have to worry about your parents because they are traveling with me, and all seniors who have traveled with me, they would only travel with me because they know the facts about how I handle my trips.
So apart from that, do you check their health cards or something?
Well, health card, you mean travel insurance?
No, not really. I mean, they are not positive or health is perfectly fine.
That's what I said. No, that's what I said. Why I'm doing Kerala or Gujarat? Because you don't need to carry your negative COVID report in these 2 states at least. There is Uttarakhand also, but then people in North India, at one point or the other, they might have gone to Nainital or Dehradun or Shimla and Manali and stuff. No? So that's why I'm not doing a North India trip. I'm doing a South India or a Gujarat trip, so that there are a lot of people who have shown interest, and my group is already almost full.
Okay, so it is very interesting. I mean, there are ample of things to know and your experiences to share, but today I'll be, about the Voyager Diary. I just am interviewing. So what I want to know, I want few tips. Like if I give you if you give 5 tips to the people who are actually thriving, to the business people and the industry. So what will be the 5 tips you want to give?
For people in travel business?
Yes.
Okay. First and foremost, have your heart in the right place. Right? Money, if you provide the service to your customer, money would come to you. If you run after the money, you will lose the customer. So whatever you're doing, give them the best possible in that particular area of interest, whatever you're doing. Second, I would say, whatever you're doing as a traveler, tour operator, you need to do your research first before making a travel itinerary. Because I've seen a lot of people, sales executives to be precise, they may not have been to that place, but they explain to a customer in a way that they might have been there themselves how many times. So if you have not done it, do it yourself, because if I do a new destination, I do my recce first. I'd go myself there, see how the things are, which place is where and how far is the hotel from the restaurant or the sightseeing point. So I do my recce first before I launch a program. So that applies to others also. Don't float a program without knowing your destination yourself. Okay, and few other things. Often I would say yes. The important thing is there should be transparency. That is a must. What are offering and what is written in your document should be matching, right? So transparency should be there in terms of the services being provided, or your cancellation policies or refund policies and whatnot. So I think that's about all. Not five, three is here. Yeah, and then yes, give them the best service possible. And if there is any, because yes, there might be a case when a customer is not happy, there might be some complaints. So address that complaints, putting yourself in the shoes of the customer, because as we all know in the service industry that customer is always right. So address that in a proper way so that you do not lose that customer, because one customer lost means 10 customers lost. If that same customer is a happy customer, he will bring you 10 more customers.
Right. Very true.
Yeah. So these are a few things that one has to keep in mind, and then things would be good for you. That's what I practice.
Right. So these, 4-5 pointers they need to, understand and just implement rather.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Rajiv. Like you have given a lot of, for the Voyager Diary. It was very important. I just try to share people about, about the industry players. So you have become an industry player for 30 long years. So it's, your experiences are very, very, very important to the people who are new or who are just, very, little with experiences. Thank you so much for sharing all your ideas and, your experiences. I hope it'll help people who are actually, watching this and surely, thriving to come out of the, this difficult situation. So we'll actually help each other and, we'll try and survive. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Manisha. Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you. Take care.